Hello, another day to try again. What's going on, everybody? This is Frenchie, outrageously thinking.
Yo, that's outrageous over there. It's your boy JP. Simple. Let's get it. Let's get into today's episode right here on the Simple Outrageous Podcast Show. First thing first, introduce yourself. Tell me, who are you?
Well, I'm Loneisha. I'm 30 years old. I was born and raised in Miami, Florida, and I reside in Broward County, and I work at a pharmacy.
Oh, really?
Yes.
How you like pharmacy so far?
As a pharmacy technician, it was new for me because I came from retail. So, the pharmacy I'm working at now is a field tech. So it's totally different from retail, answering the phone and just sending over faxes for refills and things like that. So I did like the hands-on better because now I know exactly what drugs actually look like and how they're supposed to be packed and just the usage of them as well. So it's not bad. I'll say I learned a lot and I would definitely like to learn more about it, but that'll be another topic for another day.
Of course. What before we go, like what made you get into that field of choice though?
So I was working at Walgreens. I always had a history of working with call centers because I guess I have a pleasant customer service voice when I put on. So most of my previous jobs were call center jobs or like customer service jobs. So one of my aunts, my grandma's sister, her baby sister worked there, and one of my cousins, my older cousins on my aunt's husband's side, was an actual supervisor in an MTM program, which is managed therapy medication. So that's where I started at Walgreens. And for you to work at Walgreens within 5 months of being hired, you have to take the test to be either certified or registered. But they make you just do the registered part of it. You don't have to necessarily be certified. So that's how I got into it. Like it was easy. And then I stopped working there because they weren't paying enough. And a few months later, I ended up finding a job at Polaris Pharmacy. So
Okay.
that's how I continued on with field tech, which is a little different, but it's easy, I guess. So I guess that's why I'm still there.
But and that's like this main thing of a black culture is always something dealing with medicine. That's how a person get into something.
Right. Yeah, definitely medicine because I think a lot of our black culture, we go through a lot of medical issues. So that's probably why I think you see a lot of black females that go into nursing because they just want to
Mhm.
help and make, the medical field easier, especially doctors, black female doctors. They want to do more so of the baby delivery thing because
Right.
I can't say 100%, but I've heard that other cultures and races don't treat black women the same during the delivery process. So now in the last few years, a lot of females have been wanting to have black female OBGYNs, black just regular primary doctors, because it's like we understand each other's bodies different than other cultures. So I
Which
mean,
is
it's a good
fair.
thing though. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
it's it's really good. Like I actually had a black OBGYN, but my insurance ended up not being in network with her. So I was a little pissed because I had to end up going back to another doctor that I used to go to, which they're good as well, but I just wanted to kind of stick with a black female. So
Right.
yeah, we kind of like, we all correlate with each other some way,
Yeah.
somehow.
That is true. I think also definitely dealing with a lot of international people. Their main thing is get their family into a medical field. They feel that if you're not in a medical field or a lawman, I guess you want to put it like that.
Yeah, law enforcement or just the law
Yeah,
field, period. Yeah,
something like that. You really not nothing. You
nothing.
can't be
Right.
a cashier or something like that. So it has to be in that aspect of them topic of fields, and
Right.
which is crazy. I mean, hey, I guess it's a good thing because okay, your black culture
Yeah.
or whatever culture you is from Haitian to
Yeah.
France or whatever
Mhm.
it is. I guess it's good in a sense, but also it can be overwhelming. And
Mhm.
of course, with us black people, we deal with a lot of stuff from other race and even from our own people
Yeah.
ourselves.
Mhm. I
So,
the way we eat, a lot of different things that I learned, like there's like, most black in the black community, most people get cancer or fibroids because it's based on the type of foods we eat and things like that. So we are, instead of someone just giving you medicine, somebody can actually educate you on how to prevent these things, and people that actually been through the same things as you, or they know how the black culture works. So
yeah.
yeah, definitely. I love to see it, even if they're not African American, if they're Haitian or if they're Jamaican. We're more, I feel like we're more caring when it comes to our people.
Oh, hell yeah. Big time. Yes, big time.
Way
Um,
more caring.
don't get me wrong. I mean, I will go to a black store bought owner
Hmm.
anytime quicker than go to a Caucasian or anything like that.
Right.
Not even though I'm not racist, I just know where I go at it feel comfortable.
Yeah,
So
because a
that's
lot of
just what
people,
it is.
yeah, they do, and I hate to say it out loud, but they do look at us different, and it sucks because some of them was raised that way, and some of them just don't. Some of them are jealous. Some of them don't like how we
Yeah,
look. So but that's a culture topic. So
that
we
is
could
true.
definitely touch on that another day, but definitely it's a
Yep,
lot when it comes to our, just us being black in general.
that is true. That is true. Okay. I mean, hey, it is what it is. But like you said, it is another topic, another day for that. And our day today is something totally different.
Yes.
It's pretty much we're going off our dreams.
Right.
What our dreams are made of, and
Good
we do
topic.
got 5 good questions right now. I mean, we had 10, but we cut it down to 5 because we were going to do like a 2-part
Right.
series. But
That's true.
so, but right now we're gonna start with 5, and I think I'm gonna let you have the floor on the first. But
The first five. Are you
number
gonna
one,
ask me the questions? Okay, go
yeah,
ahead.
I'm gonna ask you the questions. Yes, ma'am, of course. I don't need. I mean, unless you want to tell me, you know what? Before we go into the question, what are dreams to you? What are dreams?
I don't believe in dreams. I mean aspirations, yeah, but dreams is like, it just sounds so like commercial.
Mm-hmm.
Like it'll never happen. That's I don't ever say I dream of, or I use dream as, I use the word dream, I substitute it for goals. So a lot of people always say I have a dream of this, I have a dream of that, and not to knock Martin Luther King, okay? Because again, what he did was not a dream. It happened. Like a dream is something that you go to sleep and wake up and it's not real. So I don't do dreams. I just feel like goals, like your future and what's important to you
Mm-hmm.
and things that you want to accomplish before, you leave Earth, certain things you want to do. It can be traveling, it can be opening a business, it can be to create a big old family, it can be to have a super nice car. It's a lot of things that comes. It just depends on what you want. So, I mean, for me, to say for goals, my goals is just to always be able financially. Like, I think a lot of people get lost in the world when it comes to that.
Mm-hmm.
And it's important that you're like right now today, and we're in inflammation, and it like everything is super expensive. Like we never seen this day coming, right? So you always supposed to be prepared. So I literally just went through something today that kind of woke me up, and I was like, okay, you need to do better because you're not prepared. And this
Mm-hmm.
is something that you should have been preparing for. And, that is very important. Like, I mean, I wish when I was 20, I was thinking about that. And I tell people all the time, like, if you have kids or cousins, even my younger cousins, I tell them, like, listen, make sure you're doing what you're supposed to be doing. So when you get 30, you're not, even though 30 is not old, but imagine being ahead. Imagine
Mm-hmm.
being ahead of time and ahead of yourself to where you're okay. Like, okay, I have a degree or I have a business that's successful. Like, things like that are very, very important. There's nobody that's going to have your back unless you have been inherited money or you have rich parents. Because inheritance means that was from grandpa and you were grandfathered in maybe, and then unless you have some successful parents that don't mind babying you, but you have to be ahead and have to make sure you got yourself. So those are important goals for me.
Okay, I feel you. I can understand that point, and I can definitely, and I would chime in on some of that, but I'm not going to because again, them are your opinions.
Right.
Everybody has their own opinion on everything. But I understand. Okay, I like that. I like it though. Just make sure you just continue to stay focused on your goals, whatever your goals
Right.
could be. I don't know,
It don't
don't
matter what it is, as long
what
as
it
you're
is.
focused on it.
How long you
Right.
stay focused, and I think that will lead us into one of our number one question today. What should be the biggest priority in your life?
So besides family, it's funny because I asked my mom this the other day. And the first thing she said was her family. And I was like, okay, yeah, family is a priority because, that's all you have. Like you do have friends and things like that, but your family is most important. You guys can have a big fight, y'all can have a cookout, but when you need, like if you was homeless, at least you have your family to go to. Your family is like your main priority. Like that's a big priority. Like, and when I was younger, we always did family stuff, but when I got like 18 and 19, I was like, I just want to be out with my friends. I want to be out with my friends. But I feel like if I spent a lot of more time around my family, I could be a little ahead. Like, when you're around your friends, they're not pushing you, especially at that age. They're not pushing you to do this, not pushing you to do that. All they're saying is, oh, let's go out. When we going out, you want to get your hair done, you want to get your nails done. So, like, family does play a good part, and it's a good priority to put in place just because, you never know when people go too. You never know.
That's true.
Besides family, yeah, besides family would be back on your first question you asked me, which was not with the five questions, but just, your future. It's a priority. Sometimes you have to miss out on things. Like sometimes you have to say, no, I can't. I have to go to work tomorrow. Like your priority should always be yourself too. Number one goal, yourself, unless you're spiritual and God, and we know that, but yourself and your family.
Okay, I like that. I like that. Yeah, I think mine will also be the same thing. Would be family, but I think the biggest priority in my life right now, not only just my family, but I will also have to say, be true to myself.
Right,
Don't not change who I am to just to please another person. If I'm not pleased with myself, I can't please you. So mine would definitely have to be stay true to myself, to honor myself. Who am I? This is what I'm doing. This is what make me happy. This is what eventually it's gonna catch up to you.
right.
Eventually, whatever it's gonna be. But if as long as I can stay true to myself, I cannot change or cannot
How
make
somebody else feel
anybody
about you
look.
too.
There you go. You see what I'm
Hmm.
saying? And that's a lot of I wouldn't say the generation of our age because I'm only 3 years older than you, but
Hmm.
generation our age and a little bit younger, they so fixated on what that person think of it. You look at the
Hmm.
social
Or a
media
picture,
today.
yeah, or just
There,
a picture that they see and they feel
there
like this
you
is
go.
what I should
Ah,
have, or this how I should be, or this is what I should wear. Yeah, you do have to be true to yourself. And that's I'll tell you one thing about me. My friends will tell you like I've never tried to fit in or be this way or have this because this person have things, and I've always just been myself. And I think that's why a lot of people like get attached to me easily because I'm always true, always being honest. I will never give you an opinion. I'm always going to give you a fact. I would
mm-hmm.
never give you an opinion. If you ask me something, I'm gonna give you a fact. Even if I
Yeah,
don't like it, I'm still giving you facts about something in particular. So yeah, being true is definitely I like that one too. Being true to
yeah.
yourself,
Yeah. Being true
not
to yourself,
changing who you are, like
right?
for nobody.
No, cause I think, like I said, even when when I first met you, I saw that the aura around you. Okay, I know who this person can be. But that's in my vision of looking at you. But
Right.
then when I get to know you, okay, yeah, this person is true to herself. So yes, please, like I said, man, stay true to yourself, and to everybody that listening on this episode tonight, it's just like stay true to yourself.
You can change who you are as long as you're not harming anybody.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's
there's
true.
nothing wrong with you.
No
Hey,
harm,
some
no
people
foul.
like
Yeah.
what they say. Some people like flats. Some people like drums. I like drums.
Yeah.
Some people like flats.
Hey, that
Like
is true.
everybody is their own. Just be your own
Yep.
yourself,
Be your
and
own
that would
self.
never bother people. Like you're not bothered. You're not harming them. You're not disrespecting
Hmm.
them. You're not taking nothing away from them. Like you're just being you. So
That's
that is
true.
very important.
That is true. And so that's good. I like that. I like that on both ends. Mhm.
So priority to me is number one. That's my favorite word. Because if we don't prioritize, a lot of our hours are just gonna be wasted.
Mhm.
And I thought this was the coolest thing. There's a comedian. Oh my gosh. There's a comedian. The one that does with the talking animals. Eddie Murphy?
Eddie Murphy. Yep.
Is that Eddie Murphy?
Hmm.
He uploaded the most amazing video and he said, human beings, if you're lucky, only has 72 winters, 72 springs, 72 falls, and 72 summers. He's basically saying you only got 72 years to live, if you're lucky.
That's
So
true.
we got to prioritize our lives so we don't take it to waste.
That is true.
So I thought that was pretty cool. And the way I prioritize my life is, I think the biggest would be God. And then second would be myself because I got to take care of myself to be able to take care of others.
So, question number two. Oh man, do you believe that some things are simply indispensable?
Um, that was a hard one. That word in particular, because I mean, pretty much unexplainable. But I mean,
Mm-hmm.
yes, I agree, but I can be biased about it because things that are unexplainable would be death for me. So some things happen, and I mean that's what it is. It's just life. But then I feel like there are things that people do that they have control over, and I need an answer for it. You understand something? You can't just say that, oh, I did this, and I can't explain to you why I did this. So I have to be biased on that one because it depends on what it is. Like if you
Of
do
course.
something to me, I need to know why was it done to me. I don't ever want anyone to think that I'll let them get past by saying, oh, I don't know. I can't explain it. And I'm a type of person, since I've been a kid, I ask a million questions. And you know this about me. I ask a
Hmm.
million questions. Like I have to get down to the bottom of anything. Like so I'm the type of person I would never walk away and say, oh, it was just unexplainable. No. They can't explain. No, you need to explain to me why this is this way and why did this happen that way and why you said this. That's me. And I think it's a good and a bad thing because sometimes you should let things go, but you can't let everything go. Everything just can't be let go. Like Johnny, I try with people. I try. So I give you chances, but if something is repeated too many times, then I need to know what's going on with you and why you're acting this way or why you're doing
Right.
this. Like, so I would definitely say it depends on what situation it is. Like, I feel like anything anybody do it has an explanation behind it. Have
That
to.
that is true. I feel the same way about it. Like you said, death. That's something that we can't explain. No, but if it's something um that you keep on doing, like you said, I was out in Tennessee probably like a couple of months ago, and I think it was in Nashville, Tennessee. It was with a friend up there. So, not to tell his story, but it bite him in the ass. Let's just say, put it like that. It bite him in the ass. Something that he did, knowing that you cannot handle
Right.
your situation. You put yourself in that spot. Now I got to come from out of my own home state, come up there, bail you out. Let's just put it like that. You probably already
Yeah.
know where I'm heading at with it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So you got two cheeks, left and right. You got slapped on your right side. Now, why you getting slapped on your left side? You should have saw that coming.
Yeah. You have to
You
sit
should
down
that.
and
You know what I'm saying?
especially as an adult, like you have to sit down and figure out,
Right.
okay, how can I prevent this from happening again? That's why I said one time, okay, I'll give you that. But if you continuously do it, then no,
Hmm.
we have a problem.
Yeah. There you go.
We have a
Fool me
problem.
once, shame on me. Fool me
Yeah.
twice. Okay, shame on you. Okay, yes, you're right about that. So I completely understand, and man, but again, that's the world that we live in.
Inexplicable, like you can't explain it.
Yep.
Yes, I agree. Yes, I don't think we can explain everything. So
Um.
there are some things that when we die will still stay a mystery.
True. Of course. Of course. What is this fair?
Yeah.
And that brings
Mm-hmm.
us to question number three. Do you think a single moment has the power to change the world?
No.
Ooh.
So many things have happened and nothing has changed. And I'm not gonna say finances. I'm gonna dip in the topic of um I'm gonna say police brutality,
Mm,
things like that, or racism. Like that stuff is still happening, and people are still allowing it. And it could be in the smallest way ever. It can be I can go to an interview, and because I'm a black female, and then there's a Caucasian female, and they may choose her over me just based on my culture. So I feel like nothing changes. People just brush it under the rug and just it just keeps going. There's a lot of big things that happen and stuff is just still going on. Nothing is changing. Like
really?
nothing. Nothing is
Yeah.
changing. So I that's how I feel. I can be wrong. Maybe I have to hear someone else's point of view, but I don't feel like a single thing can change the world. Like I just can't. I haven't seen it happen yet. Like
Okay.
stuff happened and people just keep going. Police brutality, or police killed this person, or that different.
Hmm.
Where I'm going. So it's like
Yeah.
no, same thing, same
Uh,
thing.
you're right. Racism is always going to be around. It doesn't matter how you want to slice it up. It does not matter from the white to the black to the Spanish, whatever. Race is
Right.
always going to be around.
And even with each other, even amongst each other,
Sure.
like
There you
I
go.
see, I see people, females do stuff they wouldn't want other females to do to them, or if, oh, you messing with my man, and then oh whatever, and then that person still messing with your man, and then they don't understand that it backfires because then you're gonna be in a good relationship, then somebody gonna mess with your man. Like
Hmm.
it's just a lot of stuff that happens and people don't learn from it. So I feel like nothing ever changes because people aren't learning from it, and other people make it okay. Like, oh, that's life.
That's
Okay,
true.
whatever. Like,
Right.
no, it shouldn't be like that. And that's why things I you want if you want my real honest opinion, the
Of
only thing
course.
that would change this world is if God Himself came down here and showed Himself and said, listen, if you guys don't get it together, I'm gonna start over. I would love to see it.
But you don't think that's a sign right there with all the what
It's not enough for me. It's
the
not enough.
world, the mother nature and all that changing?
It's not
That's not a
enough.
sign?
It's not enough for me.
Well,
Mm-mm. It's not enough for people. Let's
right.
put it like
Okay.
that. That doesn't bother people.
That's
You're
true.
gonna say
Okay.
Mother Nature. You're gonna say global warming, and we gonna do the same thing. You gonna do the same thing. You're gonna litter. You're gonna do the same thing.
Right.
You're
But
gonna
I
do the
think
same thing.
that's true. That's true. You're gonna lay your head down, wake up the next morning, do it again. Fuck it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we'll have to have
Okay.
like a blackout. We'll have to have like a power grid blackout. Maybe
Right.
that'll change the world. But
It
as
could. It could.
as of right now, no. You still got to get up and go to work. You still got to do this. You still got like it's just that
Like.
question was really hard. When I
Hmm.
looked at it, I kind of thought about it for like 24 hours, and I was like, dang, I don't know what I should say. It's so much stuff I could say, but no, I don't think a single moment could change like anything
I
for
guess not.
30 days, maybe 60 days. Yeah, maybe they let
Like
Trump
a ninety,
still
like
run
a
for
90
president.
days.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they
like a
let
90
Trump
day
still.
probation.
Yeah, they let Trump still run for president, and I have nothing against him. They let Biden still run for president, and he's on his way out. He's hanging on a limb. So yeah, it's a lot of stuff that happened, and people, the world is still going.
That's true. I think for me, I'm gonna take the opposite role on this one. I'm gonna say yes. A single moment can change it. Um, think back to 2008 when Obama got into the office. You have not seen a black person into office that set that stage definitely where he came from a small island in Hawaii. You don't see that. From a culture standpoint, that's something that you don't see.
And it
So I
changed.
think it did change. It changed not for 4 years, but then he went back in the office and won it again. And so he changed it again for 8 years. So 8 years, that was a strong moment right there to show you that a black man and a black family can get into a high position. Yeah, it might be something that he not in completely control of, but it's something that they can reach for. So for kids in the future, okay, this is your back to your thing with the dream. This is your goal or this is your dream, however you want to put it, whatever you want to put it. So it can be a single moment that can
That can
change a
change.
lot of stuff.
Okay.
Then you got to look at it in the standpoint of our sexuality of certain people. You don't
Hmm.
see this Me Too movement like this that is so big. Something that we all know, not to bring them down, Bill Cosby. Yeah, we heard about the stories. We heard about the
Hmm.
story with P. Diddy. We heard all these stories.
Yeah.
But look how long it took. Almost 40 years and now this person get indicted? Like, come
Hmm.
on. A single moment can change. Will a group of females come together, put this one person in jail, or put this person in office, or whatever you want to say. It can be different. To me, a single moment can change because you got to look at it at the standpoint of what is going on. It
Hmm.
depends on what
Total
area you are.
turnaround.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it depends on whatever you are. To me, I'm gonna say yes. To
That
you, it
was a
might
good
be
one.
no. But
Yeah,
yeah.
no, that was a good one. That was and I think that would be a good topic to talk about as well.
Hmm.
But yeah, that was definitely a good one. But it
Right.
doesn't change the world.
No,
So
it don't change. It don't change
it
the
don't
world,
change the world
but
because
at
I
least
mean it
it
make an
changed the
impact.
culture. Yes,
Yeah, it
it's
made
in
a
a
good
culture
impact.
impact. It
Yes.
made a good impact. S amount of years or whatever. I'm getting out of my element, my world that I'm used to, and being somewhere else that I don't supposed to be. So
Or
that's
never
the
expected.
yes. You see what I'm saying? So, like I said, to me, I think yes, but hey, it's a topic for
That's a good one.
everybody.
Yeah.
This,
I say yeah, totally. As a technician, when I'm seeing patients now that I'm working in retail,
mhm,
sometimes a lot of them are really angry. They come sad. Everybody has problems.
mhm,
Anywhere you go, all human beings have problems. So when I see them at this state, they don't even have to be sad. I always try to make sure that my patients leave laughing or smiling
mhm,
because they're coming in pain. So um, giving them that one compliment for that one moment, may give them, that bit of boost, that bit of confidence to make them changed. Or, somebody was probably going to go home and kill themselves, God forbid.
that's true.
And I believe that me trying to, give them this little bit of positivity in their life may change their world. And like you said, I may not be speaking it from my aspect and I'm speaking on their behalf, but I think I'm making that little bit of a change.
That's true. Yeah.
Even when I was a cashier, I try to make people laugh because it's so awkward. You're over here scanning all these items. Your cashier is not making no eye contact. She's just focused on the computer. You're just staring at the customer, staring at the
True.
cashier, and it's just such an awkward moment. So I always feel like, let me change the world a little bit, and hey, let me compliment your hair, let me compliment your shirt, say good morning, make you laugh, So I think moments change.
That's true. And I guess in the standpoint of everything, a kind word can make a difference. It can put a smile on
Totally,
everybody's face,
totally,
like you
totally,
said. Question number 4. Do you think there is a greater meaning to life outside of simply living?
I mean, living is life.
Is it?
However, yeah, however it's going. I mean, just because you're a lot of people look at living like doing what I want to do. Like I want to travel, I want to shop, you know, that I mean, that's a good part of life too, but day by day you're living. So your life consists of living. You getting up every day is a moment of living. So um I wish I can be living. I wish I can take a trip every month. And I mean, there are people that can. Don't get
I
me
do.
wrong. There are people, yeah, there are people that can. So I think they both tie into one another. And, a lot of people will feel like they're not living just because they're not doing things that they desire to do, but you're still living. You're still waking
Right.
up every day. You're still eating good. You're laughing. So those tie into each other. So I don't think there's anything different from one another. Like, and if
That's
you do want to start living, then you have to work towards it. Like, if you want to have that living lifestyle, because they say living is a lifestyle, like where you're doing more than just an average person, then you have to work towards that. But even if you're not, like if I can't afford to go to Dubai or if I can't afford to go to Africa, I'm not going to feel like I'm not living.
yeah.
I don't think that God himself will be like, "Oh yeah, they're not living because they're not traveling or they don't have this." I think people just use the word living as like a
They do
bougie
around.
way of a bougie way of life.
Yeah. Hell
But
yeah.
even when you're just regular life, you're still living. You're
That is
still
true.
waking up, you're still breathing. Like you still go to work, you have knowledge, like they tie into each other.
That is true. Living is living. It doesn't matter how you want to code it. As long as you can wake up, your eyes open when the sunrise hits your face, or
Yeah,
the
that's
alarm
living.
clock, or whoever wake you up next to you, whatever. As long as you can breathe and you can move on, that is living. I don't think
Yeah.
it is a simple way of just doing it. As long as your foot touch that ground and you
Hmm.
know you can stand up upright, you are good. It does not
Your health
matter.
is good. Even those
Right.
that do have health issues, like you're
Yeah.
still alive.
There you go.
So,
I'd
but
rather have
that
that
goes,
health.
yeah, that goes into life because people, again, back to social media, people feel like if you're not posting this or you're not doing this, you're not living, and that's so not true.
Yeah,
That's so
that is
not
true.
true.
And I think social media again took over everything. So
Hmm. It's
it
a good
destroyed the
platform.
value of living. It
Yeah,
really did.
it's a good platform, but it's
Right.
abused in so many ways. Like
Of course.
my idea of living too, being with my family, like me and my mom, my sister and brother, Thursday nights, Fridays, Saturdays, we play spades. Like
Okay.
we drink
Oh,
and we play
spade girl.
spades. Yeah, like we have fun, we make jokes about each other. Like that is living to us. And that's normal,
That is
and
true.
that's the norm. Like, but to other people that feel like, oh, I'm on a flight today, I'm at the mall tomorrow, they think they'll look down upon people like me that do the norm. So for me, what I do is not normal because of the way the world is today. I feel like people that travel or go shopping all the time that is actually the normal lifestyle now. So I always tell people I don't live a normal lifestyle because I don't do what everybody else does.
That
I
is
do what
true.
I do. So I flipped it because I had to actually mentally prepare myself. Like, no, that's normal. That's the new normal. I don't do what everybody else does. I
That is
do
true.
what I want to do. Yeah.
Right. Yeah, I mean, I get it too. Yeah, I'd rather do a 9 to 5, keep you grounded. It keep
Yeah,
you
focus.
motivated to, okay, this is what I got to do, this and this and this. Like you said, if you go traveling, you go to the mall and you do this every on the day, you adding up to more bills than what you
Hmm.
think you already have.
Stuff you can't
So
take with you.
you're right. That you're not right unless you're gonna be like what's the guy named Elvis Presley, die in his Cadillac and be buried down to the ground.
No, Lord.
Hey, that's Elvis. That's
Yeah.
that.
And I
Not
mean that's
me.
just probably something that he wanted. And that's why I say it's nothing wrong with people wanting things
Right.
like that. But don't ever look down on people that don't care about things like that.
That
There are
is
people
true.
that don't care about stuff like that. I have friends that they have to have this because that's something they always wanted. It wasn't because they seen somebody with it. Those are things that they always wanted. Those are things that I want in my life because that's things that I've always wanted. It shouldn't be a pointing fingers like I'm better than you or you're better than me. It should never be that way. Like everybody can live their own life.
Hey, like I always tell everybody, fast money not meant to stay long. So
Yeah.
if you
And
want to
if
clip
and
it,
even for those that do, I don't judge you. Whatever you're
that's
doing, if you have a successful business and you figured out you can't work for somebody, I applaud you. And I applaud the
That,
same female that goes to work and clock in. If she has a career job, that's good because again, that's what she or he wants to do. That's probably
mm-hmm.
what their desires was from coming up at 18 and 19. They probably said, oh, I want to save the world. I want to be a police officer. I want to be in the army. I want to fight for my country. Or, I want to be a nurse because I want to make sure our patients and everyone is, that's sick, they're being well taken care of. There's a lot of I feel like God put everybody here for a certain purpose, like, but it all comes together. It all come together at some point. Like we all need each other some way, somehow.
That's true. And you can't sugarcoat it anyway how you just said it, So I like that. I like that.
What is simply living? I'm gonna go with no. For me, it is because I like simple living. But if we're
Mm-hmm.
speaking about, the general public, I think some people might say no because some people probably do need that extravaganza, to build their serotonin. It may be temporary, but some people just go crazy. Like the people that kill themselves if they don't
Mm-hmm.
have like $1 million in their bank account, or kill themselves if they didn't get that promotion or whatnot. It's a lot of people that can't live simply. But for me personally, I think living simply has a lot more meaning because I am one with the earth, one with the air, one with the trees, and just me going to the lake. Dude, when I forget my phone at home, I don't stress it all the time. Sometimes I do because it is unfortunately, our means of business. But
Mm-hmm.
sometimes on one of those trips that I left it, I'm like, I don't need it. When I'm walking into church, I don't need it. If I'm going to work, I don't need it right now. Why am I going to be late for that? I want to live simply, calm, like no distractions. And having your phone on you is sometimes a distraction because you're like, oh my God, hear a ring? Oh my God, did I feel it vibrating? No, bro. That's all in your head. Keep calm.
Keep calm. That's true. I like that. That's just true. True.
There's a
True.
name for that. I can't look it up right now, but they gave it a name for
Mm-hmm.
us technology people when we feel the vibrations on and we think that it's our phone vibrating. There's a name for that, and it's crazy because we're so addicted, so attentive to that phone that we always think it's ringing. It's wild.
And the final question, which I think is very crazy, what have been the most defining moments of your life so far?
I'm gonna ask you so I can see. I want you to answer first so I can see if we have the same answer. Because I asked my mom and me and her had the same answer. So what was the most defining thing that happened in your life?
For me, was able to hold my two kids.
Okay, good one. I asked somebody else and they told me their kid.
Yeah.
For me, it was losing my grandma. So it just like defining, it just made me realize like you're gonna lose people. They're not gonna be
Hmm.
here. It was an eye opener. So for me, the defining word comes into eye opening. Like, oh, this is real. Like
Right.
this is reality. Just like you say, holding your kids. Like that was an eye opener for you. Like, okay, I really have to get my life together. Like, no, I don't know where you were at that time, but you probably said, okay, I have to do better in life, or I want this for them. So when my grandma passed, I was like, okay, I have to be more in touch with my family. I have to be more in touch with people that are getting older. My great grandma, even my mom. Like it made me sit down and realize, like, she's not going to be here one day.
That's
Like,
true.
so because we just going, everybody's just going and going and going, and like until something bad happened, then you want to think about it. Like, I think you're supposed to prepare yourself, and of course you can't be prepared for death, but
No. Okay.
it just gives you a sight of saying, hey, let me spend more time with this person, or let me spend more time with that person, or let me get in this person's head to see how they're feeling and things like that. So when my grandma passed, it was a big eye opener, like for me,
Right.
like really big.
Yeah, it was an eye opener with my granddad that happened when he passed away too. But I was more so on prepared because I didn't know what he was going through. I from a grown man that built his own house, that built his own shed, that put that foundation, working for the city of Fort Lauderdale for almost 40 years. So I saw that, you know what I'm saying? I saw all of that, but and I also saw when his health took a tumble,
Decline. Mm-hmm.
you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? From him having a heart attack, from him having a stroke, and from him passing away after he said to my mom, to his daughter at that time, y'all in good hands. And he took his last breath. I saw that in the hospital. You know what I'm saying? So that right there, it was mentally, yes, like you said, you can't prepare, but also on the strong side, mentally, I was also okay with it
Yes.
because again, I saw it. Now we go to in present time right now, dealing with my grandma. Yes, her health issues with her heart, her bones deteriorating and stuff like that. I see it. My mom dealing with her vertigo. I see it every damn day. Even finding out that my dad, which was crazy that I didn't know that he told me, and he already told my mom that he got cancer. So that right there, already, I was there. I'm okay mentally, but also not trying to break down because again, it go back to what I said. My kid, I got a
Right.
strong be right there, show the smile on them that everything is good, everything all right, whatever you going through. Sometimes you might gotta smile, but at the end of the day, you gonna break down, cry
Yes.
somewhere alone. You know what
And
I'm
that's
saying?
the part of having flesh. Like you're not gonna you're
There
not
you
gonna
go.
be you're not gonna be Iron Man.
There you go.
Even Iron Man had flesh too, but you're not
There
gonna
you
be
go.
Iron Man. So yeah, I think people should tap in more to that and
Hmm.
not just fighting about dumb stuff like and arguing about dumb stuff or just and I have a really bad temper that I'm working on. And when I say temper, I mean somebody bothering me over and over and
Hmm.
over, like then yeah, that's the issue right there. So then I snap. So I'm working on that because again, life is really short. You never know when someone's going. You don't know,
Right.
and you would never be able to again tap into whoever's past their pain and things like that. So when my grandma passed, I watched her from what 5 months she declined over
Hmm.
and over every other week she declined
Yep.
to a point where my grandma barely knew who I was, like, so that was like a really defining moment in my life. Like I
Yeah.
had to start like mentally saying you have to grow up and you have to stop acting like you're 25 again and you have to stop letting little stuff get to you and stuff like that because there's going to be bigger things that's going to happen. Really
Yeah.
big things that you're not going to have any control over.
That is true. That is true. And you hear it from us. We hear it every day. Um, like I said, you never don't know when a person going through
Right.
if you don't if you're not in the inside of that person.
Right.
So, and like you said, it was you and your grandma, and that was hard. Cause so funny about that, I was there with you. I
Yes.
share your little tears with you. I told
Hmm.
you everything gonna be okay. Even God knows what's best
Hmm.
for you and your family. Just continue to have
Right.
prayer. You know. But that is like the five questions that we have for tonight. And but I think overall we could have kept on going with these topics, these questions.
Yeah. It's so much stuff I could
It's
say.
good.
I guess I would look like a bad mom if I don't see my kids. But
Hey.
I think my finest moment was making this grand move from one state to another,
Hmm.
by myself and actually succeeding. I think I may not be living the best life and it could be better, but it's much more successful than I've been at the other states.
Yeah,
So
I
I
can
think
see
that
that.
that's my finest moment. I think that's pretty cool.
If you had to make that change again, would you do it again?
Oh, hell yeah.
Okay.
So, a lot of people that know me, they
Mm.
think that because I told them last minute, oh my God, hey, I'm leaving in a couple weeks. What? Why would you make such a change last minute? First of all, that's an assumption, and assumptions make you look like an ass. Okay.
There you go.
I've been thinking about it for months. before I made the move. And I think that's what made it successful instead of jumping into something head on, which is okay sometimes. Head on works. But there are certain things that need to be thought of. You got to take one step at a time. So I think that's what made it so cool, actually thinking about it. And social media is really making people, social media makes things easy, makes things look easy. Because just because I snapped this picture of my salad, oh my God, it looks all nice. But you don't know what I struggled to get that lettuce. I cut myself doing the tomatoes. You know what I'm saying? I took a couple pictures, all that. People don't take into account all those things, and maybe it was my one meal of the week. Like there's a whole lot that goes behind that picture. And people are like, oh my gosh, she got so slim quick. Oh my gosh, she moved so quick without thinking about it. There's so many words behind a picture, bro.
That is
So
true.
many words.
That
So
is
many
true.
struggles.
We do appreciate you for being on tonight episode with us to just hear your opinion. Is there anything else you want to say?
Just don't take life for granted, and start preparing yourself now for things that you want, and start saying no. Start saying no. This is not for me. This job is not for me. Oh
Mhm.
no, I can't go out today. Like, always put yourself first. And another one, take care of your health. Like,
Mm.
that is very, very important. Like, take care of your health. There's a lot of things out here that's bad for us, and we continuously do it or eat it, or you have to take care of yourself. Like, I used to always say I don't want to be here past 70 years old. And then one of the pharmacists too, he was like, what? He was like, if you're walking around and talking, I bet you would be. I was like, that's true. But
That's
if
true.
you're at an older age and you're sickly because you didn't take care of your body properly, then you're like in that rush. I just want to die already. So, I like say that, like, take care of your health, exercise, try to eat healthy sometimes. There's nothing wrong with eating bad here and there, but just know that time waits for no one and it's going to keep going. And it's either you're going to allow it to get worse or better.
That is true. Amen to that. I love every second of that. Like I tell everybody, focus on the ocean of positive, not the puddle of negative.
Right.
That's what we got to do in today's society. But again, y'all, once again, this is Loneisha right here. Thank you for being on tonight's episode of Simply Outrageous with us. Thank you. And we
You're
will catch it
welcome.
again.
No problem. Bye bye.
Bye, Jay.
All right.